Man of God, we need to counsel men. Woman of God, you need to counsel women. It took me so long to be able to understand this, just to be able to put into perspective for myself and having a space open for my wife to know that regardless of me being a spiritual leader, that women don't have access to me in that kind of way. And that makes a huge difference. And it's not saying that you can't help out somebody, but as far as a one-on-one, because that opens up a door to too much temptation. It opens a door into too much that the devil, that Satan can just use. And this is where it's a very firm and clear doctrines for us to have our separations inside of that. So I encourage everybody to have your opposite sex be in a public space. If any kind of like general, like congressional relationships or things like that, just keeping it in a public space, not a one-on-one, not a text messages, not on just phone calls. And this is something that I had to realize, because, my previous engagement and whatnot, that's where I messed up with a lot on having too much openness, but because I'm trying to care so much for others and trying to develop so many others, that it placed me and my future marriage into a insecure place. It's not like it forced her to have to be inside of a space of trying to not to be able to force herself to try to trust when it really does open a door up into temptation, because if we're all following God and guiding other women, then it's kind of like,
it could be a potential, maybe inside of this, this woman's kind of like, she's rather attractive, and she's also following God and trying to listen and learn from me,
It just opens up too much. I'm supposed to be a guide and a usage for the service of Christ, of God, but it puts you into a boat of to where, okay, well, everybody has this amount of access to me. It forces her to have to bite her tongue like a lot, like it's like more than just an amount that anyone should really. So that's just something that I wanted to talk about real quick, because I was reflecting and praying, and then these are things that I've learned, and it just keeps you away as a man to not get to not end up like Samson, to not end up like so many other people inside the Bible that just ended up slipping and falling into something by a woman that ensnared them. Even the counterfeits inside of that as well too is something to be weary about, and you disconnect that even possibility of a counterfeit ensnaring you by abiding by this principle. Y'all know what it is. All praises to the Most High God. Blessings to you all. Thank y'all again.